So I think I'm live now. I was having a problem with my laptop, so I've switched to my iPad. So I think we can go live now. I'm really sorry that we had a bit of a technical glitch, but I'm not really very well versed with tech. So okay, so hi everybody. I'm Avril, and I'm the creator of the Kundalini Plus method. I've combined a method which is mind, body and spirit in one plane. So it's like a total workout for your mind, your body and your soul. And today I'm just starting off a live series for about a week in June. And I just wanted to have a dialogue with people. In my practice, I see that people are completely in over their heads with what is happening in this world. There's so much of unrest, so much of chaos, and there are no real answers that people are finding through the media, through normal streams. And being a therapist and working with people, more than hundreds of people now over the last 3 years, and having come from a completely different background that was very chaotic because I was in show business. So it's like, completely different. And I thought that I've been in a mindset of chaos, I've been in a mindset of competition, been in a mindset of helplessness. I know what it is to live that life, and that's why I made a conscious effort to change. And so today I want to talk to you about empowerment and change. And right now in the world, it seems like everything is going to, sorry for my language, but SHIT, as they say, right? There's so much of violence all over the world, compounding the coronavirus. The coronavirus was already has us in her vice-like grip, with people literally being displaced and literally, exodus is happening, where people are, shifting in lakhs and millions and, going back to their hometowns. It's like a mass exodus. And we're still coping and grappling with that and all the difficulties that brings. And then, of course, now we have all this violence and the emergency in the US because of this senseless act of violence that happened in New York. And so before we start, I just want us to just bow our heads in reverence and just to have a moment to pray to whatever you hold dear in your life. Whether you're atheist, nihilist, you believe in a God, you don't believe in a God, there is something out there that's governing us, that's holding us together. So I just want you to, just to have a moment of silence and to honor all the people who are being affected in this world. And don't forget to honor yourself, because you are unique, you are special. And when you validate yourself and when you honor yourself first, then you treat others with respect and dignity, and you can have compassion for others. Don't ignore yourself, but have a real sense of who you are. And also have gratitude, for the fact that you are alive, that you are still here, that you have a family, that you're well. No matter what's happening in your life, at least you have life. For your life to leave your body because of something that you didn't, call upon yourself, it must be a really terrible feeling. It must be a really, really disempowering feeling to think that you may not have life, or the life is being taken away from you. So today we're going to talk about empowerment and change, and as you can see, I am kind of going on the go, but I have a few notes because I want to make this a meaningful conversation. So when we talk about empowerment and change, the first thing that we need to be aware of is that this can only happen when we are aware. I just said that, right? You need to be aware, and a lot of people today are not aware. We don't know what we are doing, because when we're in a state of panic and stress and anxiety and helplessness and hopelessness, then there is no congruence of who we are. We don't know who we are, we're not aware of what we're going through, we don't take the time to process anything. We're just going from A to B, C to D, we're just like in a rat race. Even in quarantine, you're either binge watching Netflix, or you're chatting with your friends over the phone, or you're watching Instagram till late in the night, or you're worrying yourself sick, or you're actually falling sick because you're imagining that you're sick. I know a lot of people who are imagining that they have the virus, who are imagining that people in their house have the virus. So there is no awareness of who am I? What am I feeling? How can I progress from this? When you have the awareness, when you sit in silence, and I'm not saying you have to be a Buddhist monk and meditate for 10, 20 minutes a day, although you could, but what I'm saying is, when you are in the space of who am I, then answers come to you. And it may not come to you on day one. I mean, just like a baby doesn't, come out of its mother's womb and start sprinting towards, the operation theater exit. The same way, you're not going to, get into a mindset of change immediately, but you have to build it as a habit. So I think we should have more awareness towards what are we doing, who we are, and get out of this mentality of victimhood, because we're looking at people who are victims. So when we say that, oh, so sad, he or she died of the coronavirus, we're basically talking about somebody who was a victim to the coronavirus. Or we're talking about somebody who was a victim to violence that's happening now in the USA, in New York City especially. So when we are constantly thinking about this victim mentality, then we start actually integrating this victim mentality into ourselves. We start to feel sorry for ourselves. We start to feel sorry for other people. And it's good to have sympathy for other people. But when you start feeling sorry for other people from a state of victimhood, then it kind of aids this whole cycle. Because as the law of attraction says, like attracts like. So right now we're focusing on the violence, we're focusing on victimhood, we're focusing on the coronavirus. I think we need to take a step back and approach it, well, is it working for you? It's not working for me. And so I'm just wondering if it's working for you. So if it's not working for you, then you need to just change it. You need to actually get out of this mindset. So I'm going to be doing a 3-day challenge later on Facebook, and it's free. And it's particularly targeted towards reframing, rebooting, and rebalancing your life. Because we need to actually reframe what is happening to us. We need to actually understand what is this system that we are living within. What is this environment we are living within? We need to reframe it. We need to reframe it through our thoughts, through our actions, through our thinking, through our patterns, through our conditioning, because everything is programmed into us. When you constantly read in the media about something, when you're constantly watching something on a news channel, you don't really realize it, but you actually take it on completely, and it tends to actually affect you on a subconscious level, which then tends to reflect in your actions, in your thoughts, in your emotions, and what you bring into your space. So right now, a lot of places, lockdown is actually they are actually winding down the lockdown, which means we can actually go out and do our own thing. But now people are helpless as to what do I do? Where do I begin? Where do I go? Who do I talk to? I've been alienated from my friends. People are scared to even go to their own offices because they don't know how to act with people. They don't know what to do. They don't know whether their friends or their colleagues might have the coronavirus, whether they're going to bring it back to their children. So actually this whole transition from lockdown to actually going out into the world and actually living your life like you were before, which is actually a fallacy, because nothing is going to be like it was before. This is the new normal. The old normal which you have, let's forget about this. The whole game has changed. The universe has completely started over and has rewritten the rules. There's a new rule book out. So we have to get with that and forget what we had before and stop comparing our lives to what it was before. So I want to talk to you about, over the next couple of days, I'm going to be doing Facebook Lives. And if you don't get it live, of course, you can watch the replay. And of course, it's free. And I'm going to make it as informative as possible. So today, I just wanted to tell you that we're going to be working on 3 things over the next couple of days. We're going to be working on your mindset, on rebalancing your body, and about a deeper soul connection, because we are energetic beings. We function on the mind, body, spirit paradigm. We have a soul. We have intuition, we have the ability to change our lives. So, taking my own example, I've come from a life of show business where I've entertained people all over the world. I've done more than 3,000 shows all over the world, and I was not feeling fulfilled. I had fame, I had fortune, I had fans, I had, everything that somebody would want, okay? And I was not fulfilled. So I had to be aware of that. I began to be aware of that. And then I said, what is going to give me fulfillment? And I literally had to uproot myself from a life in the fast lane to actually studying, certifying, understanding people, actually chartering a course for myself. And I can tell you honestly that it hasn't been easy. For anybody who thinks that it has been easy for me, it has been a lot of blood, sweat and tears. But the end result has been fantastic, because the gratification I get now from helping people like you, and some of you I don't even know, and some of you I will never have the pleasure of really knowing, though you can always reach out to me if you have anything to say and if you need help of any kind. But the gratification I get from doing this is way more than I got as a singer. Though I used to spread a lot of joy as a singer, but what I'm trying to say is, this is the time you need to really be aware of who you are. So I'm going to be talking about 3 basic things. Get your mindset in order, because mindset is everything. So I'm doing a mindset reset with you, and I'll give you tools as to how you can do that. Then we're going to be doing a body balancing, where I can give you simple Kundalini yoga kriyas that you can do seated right here, just temple kriya, breath of fire, just simple things that you can do seated in a chair, in your office, in your home. Even if you're in the toilet sitting on the pot, you can do this. I'm sorry to be so graphic, but there is no excuse. When you move from a thought into an action, that's when your life will change. Because knowledge in your head and thoughts in your mind, if they are not converted into something tangible, it's potential power. It's not really power. So when they say knowledge is power, I'm sorry, but that's BS. When you act on the knowledge you have, when you make the decision to change, that's when something happens. And so I'm just here to inspire you, not to order you, not to tell you, not to give you advice. I'm nobody to do all those things. I'm here to share with you what I know and to give it to you for free. Because I think you deserve the knowledge, and what you do with that knowledge then is totally left up to you. So if you have any questions, you can type in your questions. I can't see any questions so far. So I can see bring them on camera. I don't know what that means, bring them on camera. Okay, does that mean you can't see me? I have no idea what's happening right now, because I had to kind of shift from a different, a laptop. But it's going to be better tomorrow. I'm going to do a test way ahead of time. I've done the test before, but I don't know what happened. But I'm going to do a test way ahead of time, and I'm going to make sure that this is as much value for you in about 10 to 15 minutes. So we're doing mindset, we're doing body balancing, and we're doing, establishing a deep spiritual connection with who you are. So a soul connection is very, very important, to be authentic with what you are, with who you are, with what your mission is, with where you're going. And because we have a soul, and because we have a spiritual connection with the divine, it's very important for us to do that. So if you're interested, it's going to be again at 4:30 tomorrow. Thank you so much for hopping on. Thank you for your patience, because I'm a when it comes to technology. But I do have some experiences and wisdom as a coach, as a healer, to share with you and to help you on your journey. So sorry again for the tech hassles, but I'm going to see you again tomorrow, and for the next 3 or 4 days we're going to be live. Excuse all the goof ups in terms of the technicality, but listen to the message, because it comes from a space of giving, from a space of wanting to help you, and from a space of compassion and empathy. So take care of yourselves. Thank you so much. Give me any kind of feedback you have. Tell me how to operate my camera. Tell me if I sucked. Tell me what you need to know. Put in your questions, and I will try to answer everything tomorrow. Till then, take care of yourself, and be true to being you. Stay blessed by the divine. Take care. Bye-bye.